Okay, guys, so today is my rant about double standards and my view on vegetarian versus veganism and what I don't like about it. Now, as we know, veganism hasn't been too popular for many, many years. And coming onto the current day and age, there's now flexitarian, there's fruitarian, there's lightarians, there's breatharians, and there's lots of different names for people that have got different views and just different ways of doing things. And I'd like to just break that all down and put that aside for a second. And before we talk about vegetarianism, veganism, let's talk about the law. If you go to court, there's two things. The outcome of a court case is either guilty or innocent. There's no maybe guilty, there's no maybe innocent. You either did something or you didn't do it. So that's the law, and that's how most of the world is run. Then let's put the law aside. Let's talk about religion. Religion, great. Okay, so let's talk about Muslim, for instance. You're either Muslim or you're not. There's no in between. You're either Christian or you're not. You're either Jewish or you're not. There's no religion that says, hey, it's okay, you can be in the middle and still call yourself a faithful disciple. So then again, you could follow a religion, but if you're not following it 100%, you're not a 100% disciple. So you can't call yourself something if you don't really do it properly. Let's go again into, I'll use my hands as an example. I love to use this one. If I tell someone to hit my hand, that's hitting it. First action is doing, hitting. Then I say, don't hit my hand. So now I'm not hitting my hand. I'm not doing any movement. Now I can try. So some people will try and do that, but at the end of the day, this isn't trying, this is not trying, this is doing. I'm either hitting it or not hitting it. There's no such thing as try or maybe going to hit it. And then again, let's put all of that aside. Let's talk about veganism. What is veganism? There's a term that is produced by Google, Wikipedia, and things like that, where it says it is the definition of a person who doesn't eat animal products from an animal. Then there's a definition of vegetarianism, and it defines each character and all of that. But I think it's simple. You either eat meat or you don't eat meat. There shouldn't even be a word veganism or pescatarian or fruitarian. No, those are just people that don't like meat but have got different choices. They've got different likes, different tastes. It's like someone that likes to wear clothing but they wear a suit or a t-shirt. It's just got a different style. But the way I see it is you either eat meat or you don't eat meat. There's no in the middle. And what I think happened there is someone said, okay, well, I eat meat but I don't like chicken. No, I like chicken. I don't like beef. Okay, so I'm not going to eat beef. I'm not going to eat pork. Ooh, but I love fish. I can't live without fish. Okay, so I'll eat chicken. I'll eat fish. Oh, I can't live without cheese. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to eat cheese. I'm going to eat eggs. Okay, so I'm going to call myself a vegetarian. You're still eating the eggs. You're still eating the milk, the products, and you're still eating another dead animal, but you're a vegetarian. So I don't see that point. You're still eating something. So remember, this is not directed at anyone that does it, just purely for you to understand the difference between doing something and not doing it. Now, you've got a vegan, someone who doesn't eat any animal products. Nothing that comes from any animal. It's no byproduct of an animal. That could be for different reasons, but we'll go into that a little bit later. So at the end of the day, I believe you either eat something, and if you're going to eat meat, eat all meat. Don't say, well, I'm a meat eater, but I'm not going to eat this. There should be respect from all life, respect for religion, respect for beliefs, respect for everything. So if you do something, do it properly. Do it 100% or just don't do it at all. Don't give it a name. Don't give it a lazy part. Either eat meat or you don't eat meat. If you eat meat, don't go and judge someone saying, well, you're eating dog meat, for instance, or you're eating dolphin meat, or you can't eat that, you can't eat this, but I'm going to still eat everything that I'm eating. and I'm going to judge you and tell you what you can and can't eat. That doesn't give much right for it. How can I on the one side tell the other person to do something if I'm not doing it 100% myself? Then again, if I'm a vegetarian and I'm eating some meats but not all meats, I have no right to tell any person who eats meat that you shouldn't be eating meat. Then again, if I'm a vegan and I'm on the other side of the whole table, I've got no right to tell anyone what they can and can't do. Vice versa. So no one should be bashing anyone, but simply all I'm getting at to saying that if you're going to do something, you have to be an open book. You have to make sure that what you're doing, there's no double standards. If you get people that are calling themselves flexitarians, let's go into flexitarian. Flexitarian is someone that's a vegetarian when it suits them. Why don't you say, hey, I'm lazy, I'm not going to do this full time, I'll do when it suits me? Why don't you just say, I'm lazy, or I'm a lazy meat eater? Why give it a word and say flexitarian? Why label it something that it's not? Why say vegetarian if you're still eating an animal life form, or something that came from an animal, or something that abused an animal, or even still an animal? Why don't you just say, I'm a fussy meat eater? Because that's what it is. I've met over 200, 300, 400 vegetarians in my life, and every single vegetarian, one will eat this and one will eat that and one will eat this. They're all different. None of them eat the same thing. So then again, I will say fussy meat eater. Why not say, hey, I do this, but I don't do it properly, but I'm going to call it something. It's the same as going to a hospital, a mental clinic. For instance, I like things to be neat, like that. I go to a mental clinic, they're going to say, oh, well, you're OCD. Or I don't give a damn about which order and how this is. I go to a mental clinic, they're going to say, oh, instead of saying you're messy, they just say, you're this, or you're narcissistic, or this personality or that personality. At the end of the day, everyone is different. Everyone has a different point of view. Everyone has a different way of doing things. I don't see the need to label that, to say that you're something when it's not really. So why bullshit all of that and say that, hey, I'm actually lazy. I don't give a fuck about anything. I don't care about life. I don't care about this. So what? Or I do give a shit about everything, and if I'm going to say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it properly, and I'm going to make sure that my actions speak louder than my words. And that's exactly what it is at the end of the day, is actions speak louder than words. So yes, I respect people for eating meat. I respect people for not eating meat. I respect vegetarians. I respect everyone for what they do. What I don't respect is double standards. Saying you can and you can't do this when no one has any right to say that, no one has any ground to stand on, and vice versa. So that's just my view of things. Take it, leave it, listen to it, don't listen to it. But at the end of the day, just make sure that there's 100% respect for yourself, for others, and make sure that you are not doing any double standards. So what comes out of your mouth has to have an action that can support that, whatever you're saying, and making sure that you just stick true to what you believe in and respect others for what they believe in as well. Okay guys, that's just my view on veganism versus vegetarianism. Right. Stay tuned for my next show, which is going to be about vegans and the different types of vegans that you get. There's ethical and there's those that do it for spiritual reasons. So we're going to talk about that. Ethical and health reasons. So I'm going to talk about that. I'm just going into a bit more detail about veganism and why people do it, and the deeper meaning behind it, the deeper meaning for me as well. Right guys, thanks so much, and thanks for supporting my channel, and I'll see you the next show. Cheers.